There is a moment in every life when you decide to rise, to stand taller than your fear, to speak louder than your doubt, to chase the vision that sets your soul on fire. This is that moment. And here, we walk it together with stories that awaken, voices that inspire, and truths that set you free. This is Positive Talk with Kevin McDonald, where hope has a voice, and that voice is yours. And welcome to the show, everybody. I'm sad to report that Rochelle is still sick today, but that's okay because we've got a great guest today. Have you ever wondered why you do the things you do? Do you ever think that if there was a way that you could find out why you do what you do, and then you could maybe make some modifications and change it, or at least understand why you do what you do? I think that would be really cool. Well, you know what? There is such a way. AmyNicole Ellis is with us, and she is an expert in something called human design. And we're going to talk about that for the entire hour. And Amy, how are you today?
I am wonderful, Kevin. Thank you so much for having me.
Now, do you want me? Do I call you AmyNicole?
AmyNicole.
Perfect. Perfect. So you're not just an Amy, you're not just a Nicole, you're an AmyNicole, and there are few and far between of you. And it's really cool to have you here. And I want you to explain to our audience, because some people in our audience are saying, what the heck is human design? I have no idea what that's all about. So can you briefly kind of go over what human design is, where it came from, and how relevant it is? I've had mine done, and I know all I know is that I am what I pretend to be, and so this is what I should be doing. But other than that, so can you give us kind of a thumbnail sketch of what human design is all about?
I can. So human design is pretty much an energetic blueprint of how we are made up. It is based on 3 criteria that are factual about you: where you're born, time of birth, date of birth. We can't make any, well, you can make them up, but you can't make it up, because those are the things that's specific to you. It's not based on our mind like the Myers-Briggs or the DISC. It's based on those 3 things, and it shows the potential of how we're wired and what we can do out of life. So that's pretty much the gist of it. You'll get, when a person runs their chart, they'll see like these different shapes. They're 9 centers. They're called the 9 centers, kind of similar to like the chakra type systems. But each of those 9 centers have numbers, and we'll just say gates. They all mean something. A lot of people like to say with human design, oh, like I had asked you, what's your profile? What's your type? But it's way deeper than that. Especially like with my story, I found out, I was like, oh, that's why that happens. Oh, that's why I do the things I do. Okay.
Exactly right. Yeah. That's exactly right. Now, on my chart, the center of it is colored. What does that mean?
So colored centers mean that you're defined. That, let's say, we'll take the head center. If your head center is defined, it means, let me vice versa. If it's open, which a lot of people's are, that means you attract things from outside sources, like shiny object syndrome. If somebody's doing, like, of course, it's Black Friday, right? Oh, I need that, shiny object syndrome. But if it was defined, you pretty much are like, no, I don't need it. I'm good. I have everything. It's more, you're not influenced. When it's defined, colored in, you're not influenced by outside sources. When it's not colored, you're pretty much going to be feeding off other people's energy, going with other people's thoughts and stuff.
So now this is kind of like astrology and it's kind of like numerology, but it's different than all of those things as well. But it's based on where. Well, you tell me. Is it based on where the planets were and the universe and the stars were at the time and place of your birth?
A little, pretty much, because that's why you get the time of the birth and where you're born, how it all aligns. Now, I'm not proficient on the astrology and that side. I'm just more focused on human
Sure.
design. And there are people that do it all. I'm just human design because that's what, when I learned who I was, it's like, oh, I mean, yeah, I did. Well, I'm not going to say we all do, read our horoscopes and stuff. And I am a true Libra. I just, but yeah, for me, human design is just, it outweighs, in my personal opinion, the astrology part.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was developed by a gentleman in the not too distant past. Am I correct in that?
Correct. Ra Aruhu. He took some time off from life and came up with this whole human design stuff, which I'm still learning. I mean, I'm still a work in progress, but I know enough that I want to
Well,
share with the world. So,
well, see, and the thing is that this is one of those things that you will be studying and learning for a very long time,
absolutely.
because everyone is different, and but the reason that I ask that is that is it true, according to his work, that you were born in a specific place, in a specific time, and a specific date, because that creates your human design potential of where you are? So is it kind of like the when you were born, before you were born, all of this stuff came to fruition
Mhm.
and it was put into play because of where you were born and the type of individual that you were going to be?
Yes, and I think it was, for some reason, 6 months is coming like 6 months before you're born.
Uh-huh.
All of that starts coming together.
It's amazing to me that we tend to think that when we're born, we're just, it's kind of like a haphazard thing and stuff, and but it's not. It's all by design.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And that is an amazing thing. Now, you when you had your human design done, how accurate did it feel to you at the time?
At the time, I would say, well, we'll say at the second time, because when I learned about it, I was just doing it on my own, like, oh, okay, not truly comprehending. But when I had a life coach who ran my chart and actually was telling me some things about myself, Kevin, the light bulb went off, because during that, it was actually last year around this time, during that time, I was in a huge comparison factor of my life, comparing my 54-year-old self, well, at the time, 53-year-old self, with someone, a younger male, because we came up in the same industry at the same time. And now he's a multimillionaire and I'm still working the W-2. And when she told me about myself, I was like, so there's nothing wrong with me?
No, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you.
So yeah, the light bulb went off when I realized how I was wired and designed. And it was like, okay,
Now,
okay.
in his philosophy, when he was putting this together, was he saying that each of us has our own unique human design of what we were supposed to be and do and have when we were here, and that it's all predestined to a degree and preordained?
It's the potential. So it's not like, I don't want people to think like, oh, this is psychic. I can see what but it's the potential of what we have. So I So for me, I know this might sound kind of weird for your audience, but I filed bankruptcy 3 times in my life. And at this present moment, I have 0 regrets about it. My profile is a 4-6. Okay. That 6 line, which is on the subconscious side, that's like a trial and error. You get where I'm going? So it's like
I do.
I had to go through those 3, and it's also a role model. So after that 3rd one, which was 2 years ago, I had to have that happen in order for me to be here with you, Kevin, sharing my story to the people to let them know you don't need to be ashamed. You're not a failure if you file for bankruptcy.
Well, I also have filed for bankruptcy in my past, and a lot of that was due to the cost of doing what I am passionate about doing, which is, by the way, this and talking to you. And so I'm real passionate about that. But so there are moments, and then I wanted to ask you this because I ended up getting a divorce, and had we done our human design charts before we were married, would that have helped me understand more about how she was wired? And we could actually even make a decision about whether or not we were compatible to get married for 24 years, which was the best 6 months of my life. Anyway.
Well, Kevin, it would show how both of you were wired, because you have to start with yourself first.
Right.
So, but yes, that could have been a potential there, because I know, like my coach, she always say she was pretty much on the brink of getting a divorce. Then she found human design. She studied herself, which made her realize how she was. And then when she studied her husband, it was like, oh, he doesn't know, according to her, about himself. She studied how he was wired. And it was like, okay, so if I'm elevated and he's lackadaisical, then, oh, that's why I have arguments, because he's not doing it on my timeline, because that's how I'm. So yes, it can help in raising your kids, how your kids are. I know some people who do their charts for their newborns to see, and for relationships, and for money, for anything. Pretty much, it's just your blueprint.
It would be really handy if you could have your 13-year-old girl's chart done, because she's acting crazy, and you need to find out why she is wired the way she is, how to approach her a little bit differently so that you can get the results that you want without all the drama. Is that even possible?
I don't know, because she is 13, so.
That's a problem, by the way.
We were once all 13, Kevin.
I know. I was 13, but I was a 13-year-old boy, and we're wired differently than 13-year-old girls, and that's so. So this is a fascinating study of what you do. How long have you been doing it, and what have you found when you're talking to people? Is it surprising to them, or is it more along the lines of verifying what they already thought about themselves, but they didn't know why they thought that? I don't even know.
It's a little of both. So I actually started taking this seriously and wanted to get certified at the beginning of this year. Because at first I was like, oh, I'll just, transition out of real estate, because I was real estate investing. I was like, this is what's lighting me up. If I can educate people who are like me, waking up on Monday morning, like, oh, here we go again. If I can help them with that, and then it's like, wait a minute, they need to know about how they're designed in order for me to coach them, self-coach them, because I can't tell you I won't tell you. I need you to help. I can guide you. I need you to help, yourself as well. And to speak this, I mean, when people realize, when I'm working with them, it's like, wow, a little bit of both. It's like, that's why I've been acting the way I have. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, well, that makes sense. So it's an eye-opening thing. And like when I studied myself, one of the things that went off, I'll just say another thing. Prior to learning, I was always curious why people gravitated towards me when I'm in the HR field. So I would have people just come into my office, not for a bad thing, just come into my office and just sit and just have a whole conversation. It's like diarrhea of the mouth, tell me their life story. And I'm like, why do I keep attracting these people? Well, this year I found out one of those gates, gate 13, is the listener, and it's defined.
Which, when we come back, we're going to talk more about that because also, by the way, you've got really good energy and you are easy to talk to. And so people but that's all part of your design, isn't it?
It is. It is.
It's a fascinating study. And by the way, I was born in Idaho Falls at 8 a.m. on 9/11/57. If that means anything to you, because I've been told my design is a little unique, and I've been told that I'm a little unique. But we need to take this quick break, and we'll be right back with AmyNicole Ellis. Go to AmyNicoleEllis.com, and you can find out all about her. It's a beautiful website, by the way.
Okay.
And you can talk to her about having yours done and explained to you, because it's complicated and it does take time to study, and it would be helpful to know why you do the things you do, and then maybe you can modify some of that. I don't know. We'll find out when we come back. Stay with us, everybody. It's just 1 minute and 2 seconds. Here's another point to ponder from Positive Talk Radio. What is the easiest thing to justify? It is a small transgression, the one no one will ever see, no one will ever know. The tiny exaggeration on the expense report, the extra minute you took on your lunch break, the packaging you tossed in the wrong recycle bin because it was closer. In those moments, the question isn't, will I get caught? The question is, will I know? It isn't about avoiding punishment. It's a silent agreement you make with yourself when you choose to do the right thing, to return the wallet, to fix the mistake, to respect the empty space. You aren't impressing the world. You're earning your own respect. That small choice, made entirely in private, is how you build a life you never have to look away from. The only audience that matters is you. And welcome back to Positive Talk. My name is Kevin McDonald, and AmyNicole Ellis is here. And speaking of that piece that I just did about integrity, can you determine and see what integrity is in your chart, or your degree of that, or how honest you are, how forthright you are, or is that all part of the equation?
I have not run across that, because that's also part of your upbringing.
Yeah, that's also true. And by the way, I was born at 8 a.m.
Okay, thank you.
And by the way, we have got a special guest, and I apologize, Samuel, because Brachelle is still under the weather, but he has a program that he is operating in Kenya, and he feeds. Now, today is Friday late his time, and he's got 20 to 30 people. Well, let's see what he has to say. Greetings, my elder brother Kevin McDonald and AmyNicole Ellis, founder of Fix Yourself. Receive greetings from Kibera Restoring Hope Center, based in Kibera slums, Nairobi, Kenya. We're watching you live with my team in our center preparing for tomorrow Saturday's feeding program. This is our favorite program, and thank you, Samuel. Show where we meet different inspirational guests. God bless you, Brother Kevin and Sister Michelle. Live longer. Well, hopefully she's going to make it, but she's out today. But Samuel with his team, they have a facility, and they're watching you live on YouTube, and so say hello to Samuel and his whole team. There are like 20-25 people there right now, and they're preparing. And we've seen videos of them feeding these children and their parents, and it is really heartwarming.
I bet it is. Hello, everyone over there. Hi. Thank you so much for doing what you do. I'm pretty sure it is greatly appreciated.
Oh, in Kenya, I had a friend of mine. He drove a bus with me, and he was from Kenya. And he said that in his village, every morning, the women would get up and they would take containers and walk 6 miles to get water for the day's needs. And so, we are extremely lucky here in the United States, and there are other places where they're not. But he was a street kid, and he has made the conscious decision to make the world a better place for the next generation of kids, so that kids don't go to bed hungry on a Saturday night. I can't think of a better avocation than that.
Absolutely.
So it'd be fun. I don't even know if he knows where he was born, or what time he was born, or any of that kind of stuff. But that would be fun to get an idea of his chart and that kind of stuff. But in any event, we're talking with AmyNicole. She does human design, which is a newer art form. It's how long has it been around now?
Oh, wow. I want to say early 80s, maybe.
Yeah. I thought that it was newer, and it's becoming the rage, by the way, because it provides you with information that you really can't get anywhere else about yourself and about who you are, and also can give you an idea of what you're going to be good at. And as an example, you were a great listener. Now, being a great listener makes you great at HR, human resources, but it also makes you great at other things, being a coach as an example.
Yes.
And being able to listen to people and really absorb what they're saying. And also because I'll bet you in your chart someplace it says that you are easy to talk to, and people enjoy having conversations with you and listening to you as you listen to them. I'll bet you that's all in the chart somewhere.
I'm pretty sure, because you're right. Especially being in HR is like, wow. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't major in psychology. That's all I have.
Well, one of the gentlemen that was the HR director where I worked at one time, his name is Tom Shepard, and I haven't talked to him in years, but he left me with something that I thought was really, really cool. And because he said, the grass isn't greener on the other side of the fence. The grass is greener where you water it.
Yes, that is true. That is true.
And I was young at the time. It was like, oh, come on, Tom, come on, But the more I thought about that, the more real it was that you have control over what you do, how you are, and if you decide that you're going to water the grass underneath your feet rather than looking at the other guy and watering their grass, that you're going to have a much better life for yourself because you're valuing who you are. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Of course, I like to say that I'm a delayed processor, but it just a couple of years ago, it just clicked. And like you
Well,
said, as long as I take care of me,
yeah, and I want to ask you this because I think this happens to a lot of us. When I was 40, I had um, the thought, why am I here and what am I here to do? Because hadn't found it yet. And but I think a lot of us, you had that really recently. Who am I? What am I here to do? Why am I the way I am? And how can I find out more about that? And isn't that why you got into human design and are now being a coach in human design and helping people learn more about who they are?
yes, that is why I got into it. Because when I had that epiphany last year, this time, it's like, well, who else is going through what I'm going through?
Oh, everybody.
Yeah. And
You,
that's why I
you,
was like, go ahead. I'm sorry.
well, no, go ahead.
That's why I was like, you know what? I do want to learn more and take it a, a little bit deeper, not, too deep, but just a little bit deeper where I can give those tools, to my clients. It's not all about, I'm not just reading your chart. I need you to understand. I'm going to give you the high level because actually, one of the free things I give to audiences like yours is they do get a free report. I think it's an 8-page report, and with that they get a mini course, high level, that will explain, like, what the type is, what your profile is, what your decision authority is at high level. That right there, that can be dangerous. You can learn a lot from that.
Yeah, but only if you are willing to pay attention and actually read
Absolutely.
it. And then understand it. But the interpretation of it's really important to have somebody who is well versed in it, so that because as I got it, it was a bunch of dots, like 13 or 14 of them, and they were connected, and the connections mean something, and the color means something, and all of those things. It's all connected, and so if you don't know what you're talking about, you have to study it in order to figure it out, or you go talk to AmyNicole and you have AmyNicole do it, because she can also, because of the experience that you have with other people, you can also help them understand, because there are some people who are born entrepreneurs and that comes through in the chart. There's some people that are born communicators and or listeners, and that all comes through the chart, and then you can apply that to lead a happier, more successful, better life. Am I correct in that?
You're very correct. Very correct.
And that's really what it's all about, is because we all have special gifts. I believe everybody on the planet, all 8 billion of us, have special gifts that we have. But if we don't know what we don't know. And it's important to find out what we don't know so that we can make changes to it. I think.
Yes, you're absolutely right. If you want to
Or
change.
yes. Or if you're happy with the way you are, then you can feed into it and then apply that with your job and with your career and with your interactions with other people. So, and your family and friends, so that so that you understand how you're being perceived by them, because it's really hard sometimes for us to look at ourselves through the eyes of other people.
Right. And Kevin, let me tell you, uh, I was also, before human design, I kept wondering, why am I attracting complainers about money? I'm like, it's like everybody would come in again to my office and they would complain about money. But I'm like, okay, but I at the time I thought I had my finances together. I have an open will center. And it was like, oh, now I know why, because I was attracting other people's energy. And it was like, and two, I didn't really truly have my finances together. I thought I did, but in reality, I didn't. And it was because of that open will center that I have that I was attracting those type of people. literally complaining about money. Literally.
Because that felt comfortable for them to talk to you about complaining about money.
Money. And there goes that good listener side, but it was like, why am I attracting that? Okay, got it.
Well, and so now that you've figured that out, are those people still coming to you?
No.
See, now that's kind of a big deal right there.
And two, I also remember I said I thought I had my finances in order. I have my finances in order now. So I'm not attracting, and I definitely do not complain about money, which back then I kind of was, but I guess I was placating that I wasn't.
So, and a lot of this has to do with your own personal energy, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
And stuff. So, you didn't by chance have a chance to look at my chart, have you?
No. Are we going to have another break here where I'll be able to pull it up?
Yeah, as a matter, hey, very good. You should be the host of this darn thing, because it is time for that break. So let me take this real quick, and we'll be back in a minute and 20 seconds or so. But I want to do this and not because I want everybody to see me in my underwear, which is what this ends up looking like, but I want people to get a sense for what the process is like when they come and talk to you. Because I think that's really important. So we're talking with AmyNicole Ellis, and we'll be right back. Go to our website, AmyNicoleEllis.com, and we will be right back after this station break.
You're listening to Brushwood Media Network, the best in syndicated talk, news, and entertainment shows.
Are you looking for your daily dose of inspiration? Stay connected to all your favorite shows, music, and news with the Brushwood Media Network app. From Positive Talk Radio to Greatest Vibes Unplugged and so many more uplifting voices around the world, everything you need is right in one place. It's easy to use, too. Always available and designed to keep you inspired 24 hours a day. Go to BrushwoodMediaNetwork.com and download the app, and you will always have Brushwood Media available on your smartphone. Download it now and make inspiration and music and conversation part of your everyday. And welcome back to Positive Talk. My name is Kevin McDonald, and AmyNicole is there, and she's got a furrowed brow because she's studying something real quick, I think. And so Amy, if I were to come to you and you were to say, okay, what's your birthday, what time were you born, and where were you born, and you put all that in, and then it comes up with something. What is it? And what exactly describe what you're seeing with your furrowed brow?
Okay. Well, one, I put in your birth date wrong, so I need to redo. Wait, or did I? No, I didn't. I did it right. So what I see is I will see a chart. I can't. So I see a chart, and it has 9 centers. There are 3 sits down the middle. Then we have 1 off to the left and then 2 off to the right. Right now, it will tell me your type, which we are the same. So, well, we're manifesting generators.
Oh, correct. That's right. Yes.
Yes.
I'm a member now.
Yes. And so hindsight. So there's 4 types. Manifesting generator is an offset off of the generator. So a generator, manifesting generator, we comprise of like 70% of the population. The difference between a generator and manifesting generators, we do certain things quicker. It's prime example. When I look at a recipe, I look at it, be like, oh, okay, put the book away, and I do my own thing. Where a generator follows the directions.
So it's kind of like the difference between someone like me, who is off the cuff, and an engineer who follows it, because the engineer follows a schematic and it's got to be perfect, and they look at it. Where me, I look at the basic thing and I create my own thing.
Right. And then we tend to move quick in certain aspects. Like my partner, she's a manifesting generator as well. Now you talk, as soon as she gets up, she's gone, like this, where she runs circles around me, where even though I'm a manifesting generator, my quickness is probably in my work, like in my HR work. I can complete a project and I still have lots of time left over. So we complete things quicker depending on what that is for you. So you're a manifesting generator. So I look at that, and then I look at your profile. So you are a 2-4, meaning your 2 is on the personality side, and off the top of my head I can't recall, but your 4, because I'm a 4, your 4 on the unconscious side is networker. Does that
Yes, it does. And then, what's interesting, the 2 and the 4, that's one of my favorite numbers. Along with, because there was a guy by the name of Spencer Haywood, who was with the Seattle Sonics at one time, when the Seattle Sonics were actually the Seattle Sonics. Now they're in Oklahoma, and he wore the number 24. And so that 24 and 32 are the 2 numbers that really mean something to me. But in any way, is it now in your chart? Is the middle colored?
In my personal chart?
No, in the chart you're looking at for me.
For yours, your identity center is not colored. That's the only thing that's opened. It is completely open. You have everything else defined, colored. Your head, your ajna, your throat, communication center, the will center, the emotional center, the root, the sacral, and then survival instinct. All of those are colored in.
Now, I want to ask you, because you've got the 6 that are going down the. Is that in line with your chakras?
It is. Yes, because I also have a person that does Reiki, and she taught me that part, and it was like, oh, okay. So, but yes, that does kind of align with the chakras.
Yeah, because see, it's all connected, and your energy is connected, and how you are, how your energy is perceived, and now that you can change if your chakras are not blocked. As an example, my throat chakra should be wide open because of, but I don't really know that, but I'm guessing. Because of the type of voice that I have and how I use it all the time.
Right. But it's defined, but you have some open gates in there, but and I think I guess it all depends on what's going on, like Reiki style, if it is blocked or whatever. But the blocked in Reiki and being defined in human design, I'm sure they're totally different.
They're different.
Yes.
They're different. And so when he developed this program, this is an energetic program, and it works with your energy and who you are and how your energy is perceived. Can you change? Now, I know that you can change your energy from being a lower vibrational energy to a higher vibrational energy. Does that affect your chart in any way, or are you just playing into what your chart's all about?
Pretty much the latter. You're playing into what your chart's about, because each gate, each number that's in your centers, they have, like you said, a high frequency and a low frequency. Each one of those numbers does. So it is up to you if you want to, how you want to be. If you want to be high, or if you want to be low frequency. But just know that each one has both of them.
Well, I would suggest that people go for the high energy.
Of course.
because that's a lot more positive, and you also attract more positive, high energy people to you, and rather than low energy people that can have a whole different issue and a whole set of issues that are different and stuff. So and in fact, low energy people don't like high energy people because you're high energy. You're why are you happy all the time? Life is not happy. It's I have a close relative who's a much lower energy, and he's like, oh man, you make me tired because I'm always upbeat and positive and stuff, and he's not, and so that causes us to have, and tell me if this plays true in our church as well. It causes us to have communication issues because he doesn't buy what I'm selling, and I get irritated with him because of his low energy and that it's not upbeat and it's not positive. See, someone like you radiates with me because I love your energy and I love how you are, whereas where a low energy person, they tend to irritate me because in my mind it's like, do you know that you're low energy and that you're causing problems in your life because of your low energy, and other people see that and they don't appreciate it necessarily, so he ends up making connections with other people of like energy. And so that ends up causing drama and problems because they're all low energy. Does that make any sense at all?
Oh, that makes perfectly, sense. It does. And well, two things. It probably is in his chart or whatever gate that is.
Undoubtedly.
And two, it's up to the individual to make the decision to want to change. Because point in HR, I deal with constantly. Well, I spoke to them, they didn't speak back. Okay, well, you done your part. You see what I'm saying? Keep it moving. Yeah. If that person don't want to speak, that's on them. Like if you don't want to listen to him, I'm pretty sure, Kevin, you keep it moving, right?
Yeah, and he's actually said, he's my son, and he's actually said to me, it's like, I said, how come you don't laugh at my jokes anymore? And it's like, Dad, you've been telling me these jokes for 30 years. They're not funny anymore. And it's like, well, I can reinvent them and create new ones. Would that make it better? No, I'm just. So to me, it's like, do you remember Eeyore from Winnie and the Pooh?
Oh, yes.
That's the type of individual that just, oh no, it's terrible and life is, and I've got a cloud over my head and it's raining all the time and life is just miserable. And it's like, life can be a grand adventure. Treat it as a grand adventure, not a miserable existence and stuff. Because so I have trouble identifying with people that are like that. Do you?
Oh, yes, I do. And then it's like, okay, and then I have to kind of put it in perspective because a little bit of me is like, what did I do? Just like I said, just a little bit. Then it's like, no, it's not me. I've done my part. It's them. So it's like, okay, I just listen.
Yeah, and the reality is you can, well, that old saying, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And people are going to be how people are, and you cannot change who they are or how they're behaving. That is a personal decision that they need to come to. And sometimes they just don't. They feel more comfortable having a lower vibration because now the expectations are less and all of the, you know what I mean? So it's...
Yes.
It's like, so, but knowing your human design, there are ways in working with you, because there are the 12 centers or 13 centers, whatever it is, and then there's gates and stuff, and the gates mean something, and the connections between them mean something, and until you learn that and you look at what the chart is, which is why it's pointless for us to pull it up, because they're not going to get what it really means anyway.
Right. And it also shows your decision making. Yes. So by us being manifesting generators, we both have the decision making of it's called emotional decision making. So we have to wait to respond. So
yeah, well, that's true.
Yes. And so, but see, the difference between us, you're open. You have a defined head center. I have an open head center. So like Black Friday deals, if someone was coming up with something real, a great deal, it's like, I can't. No, I no longer should make an impulse decision. I need to think about it, make sure it makes sense, then respond if I want to get it or whatever. And that right there, if I would have learned that like July of last year, I would have saved myself $8,000.
Oh, I've done that too, and I have a tendency to jump before I analyze everything carefully, because it's like, that's a great idea. This is going to be so successful until it's not. But in the meantime, somebody's talked me into spending, more money than I really should in that. And we need to take our final break here. And by the way, we are talking with AmyNicole Ellis, and go to AmyNicoleEllis.com. Find out all about her. And she's got a free thing that we're going to talk about more when we come back. And then I want you to talk to her, because the human design is a big deal when you can identify who you are and why you're doing the things that you're doing, because some of it will be a surprise. I guarantee you that it's a surprise that it's like if you're dating the same guy in a different suit. We need to talk about that when we come back, because I just struck a nerve with AmyNicole, and we'll be right back. And by the way, I also, along with Rochelle, do a music show in the morning on Brushwood. Listen to this. This is what it's about. Not every song changes you, but the right ones do. At Greatest Vibes Unplugged, we share music that hits deeper, no filters, no noise, just pure sound with soul. This is your reminder that light still exists, and sometimes it sings. And remember, you can look up in the sky and see the stars, but still not see the light. And welcome back to Positive Talk. We're having a great time here with AmyNicole Ellis. And AmyNicole, I got to tell you, the reason that I played that is at the end there, that was from a Eagles song. That was, you can look up in the sky and see the stars, but you still don't see the light. And that's why somebody needs to come talk to you, because you can shed some light on what they're looking at so that they can get a better understanding. Now, I wanted to ask you, because going into the break, I said sometimes because of the chart that we have, we end up dating the same guy in a different suit. Like I found out after I was divorced that I had married my mother, because people after that told me, she's very much like your mother. And it's like, no, she's not. Well, yeah, she is. And now I've come to recognize that. So, but how can this chart help you get out of the path that you keep repeating?
Well, depending on it, it will show some patterns. Definitely. Yeah. And I'm thinking about my patterns. So in my original talk, it was originally 3 breakups, 3 bankruptcies, right? So the 3 breakups were major breakup points. And each one of them, it was like I was repeating the same pattern, because after each breakup, I had to pick up and move out.
Oh.
And it was like, and the last one, I was like, I pretty much looked up in the sky. I was like, okay, what we're going to do? It's like, and then asking, why do I keep putting myself in these predicaments? And yeah, I'm still learning that part as far as is in my chart. But one of the things I realized, and it's not chart related, but we all make a list, right, of what we want in a person.
Yep.
And I realized after that last relationship, I made my list, but I looked at that list and I was like, wow, if I that list was based upon what I was having. If I keep asking for the same thing, I'm going to get it again. A sheep in wolf's clothing. Because one thing, I didn't want to be with someone that had children, because I do not have children. Well, Kevin, I am with a wonderful woman who has 2 adult daughters, and we have 5 grandkids.
Hey, Grandma.
Yes. Bonus Gigi. Thank you. Bonus Gigi. Who would have thought? And I am the happiest that I have ever been. So people might, well, that's, no, I didn't lower my standards or anything. I took certain things off the list and I looked at the person. It was like, okay, if I look at this person, I like this person. She makes me laugh. We have a great time. And the family loves me. I love the family. So it's like, wow, okay. And
we just recently had Thanksgiving, and when you have children or spouses' children, and then they have their children and stuff, were you able to get together with some portion of them or all of them?
We just had the daughter that came in from Texas and her son, and on Thanksgiving on Wednesday. We took the liberty of having all 4, because the 5th one is 6 months old. So we just said, no, we're not going to keep the 6-month-old. We kept the ones that were 6. We have 4, 6, 2 5-year-olds, and a 4-year-old. We had them overnight. Everybody's alive. Everybody's alive.
Did anybody stop to tell you that that's probably not a good idea?
We were looking at each other like, okay, we're not doing this again. We'll do it for like 4 5 hours, but not an overnight. But you know what? It was cute. I'm sitting there like, wow, these children have some energy. They were jumping. I mean, literally jumping, running around. And I'm sitting there like, wow.
You don't remember when you were like that, because at one time you were like that. And that's what happens is we gain a little seasoning, is what I like to call it. And we're like, I don't ever remember being that energetic.
Right. But you know what? I look back on it, I was like, it's a beautiful thing, especially to see that I get to be a part of their lives and help raise them. It's like, because if I kept with my list, I wouldn't have anyone to influence or be a role.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I was talking with a guy the other day, and he said this. I don't know how many relationships you've had before you got married, but everyone resulted in a breakup, which means that you had no idea how to build a successful relationship because they all left. And then you found one that you thought you could build a successful relationship, but you're overriding things from all the relationships that failed before, followed you into this relationship. And so this one just lasts a little longer because apparently I'm a little lazy. And again, that one failed. So now I've given that whole thing up because it's not, because apparently in my life, that if you look at my chart, I don't know about your relationships, but romantic relationships, I can't be very good at those.
Well, all I can say is you have an open identity center, so that may have something.
Yeah, and maybe explain what open identity center means.
It means you can gravitate towards anything. Anything can come towards you, and you can just get sucked in.
I'm kind of like a chameleon, then. I'm and that. Yep. And that happened. Because I innately, I'm always been a people pleaser and all that kind of stuff. So, and that will also come through in your human design chart. If you are a people pleaser, if you have narcissistic tendencies, a lot of the things about you and your personality and who you are, and some of those things you can change, and some you should want to change. I don't want to be a people pleaser anymore. So I'm trying hard not to do that anymore, although it's hard sometimes. I got to tell you, Amy.
It is. And like you said earlier, there are highs and lows. So each thing has a high and a low. So you have the choice which way you want to go.
And by the way, I've enjoyed this conversation immensely. And thank you so much for being here.
Kevin, thank you so much for having me. This has been a hoot.
I have enjoyed it greatly. And by the way, go to AmyNicole Ellis.com. Find out all about her. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of moments. I would love for you to tell our audience anything that you would like them to know. Okay.
So, along with AmyNicoleEllis.com, do /report. So it's just AmyNicoleEllis.com /report. Do not put www in front of it. In that report you're going to enter in your time of birth, date of birth, where you're born, your name, email address. Your chart's going to pull up. On the left-hand side, you're going to see download report. When you download that report, it's going to give you your free report. There's going to be a QR code on there where you scan it, and that will give you, it will connect you to Hello Audio, where you'll get the free mini masterclass on that report. I go high level on each section of the report. Okay. Now, if you do all that, it's like, I need some more, hit me up on Instagram. Easy. Guess what it is? AmyNicole Ellis.
That's a surprise.
DM me and just put positive talk. Positive talk.
Perfect.
And then that way I know you came from Kevin, and I'll reach out to you and how you can reach out and how we can work together. And
by the way, everybody needs a coach. I have a coach. I know you have a coach. Everybody needs somebody who can ask pertinent questions that may be uncomfortable for friends and family to even broach with you. But a good coach will go down that road, and they will help you learn more about yourself so that you can live the best life that you can while we're here. And so I advise you to go talk to AmyNicole and go to her Instagram site again, which is AmyNicole Ellis, and then hit the QR code. I don't know how that works. Do it again. Say it again.
On Instagram, it's AmyNicole Ellis. Can't miss the blonde hair.
Yeah.
DM me positive talk. Okay. Now for your free report, AmyNicoleEllis.com/report. You'll put in all the pertinent information, and then you'll hit download report. It'll take you to where you scan the QR code for that mini series on how to read your report.
And that's something you've put together, and it's all free?
It's all free. Typically, it's $97 without the mini masterclass. So I'm giving it away to your audience for free.
You are amazing. You are amazing. Thank you. Thank you so thank you so much for doing that. And I've enjoyed having you here. Human design, it's a newer thing, but it's grounded in science, and it's something that anything that you can do to improve your understanding of who you are, why you do, because everybody that I know of has said at one point, why do I do that? I don't know why I do that. This can help you understand why you do it, and then you can make decisions on perhaps doing something else, because it's not a matter of, there's still free will involved. And so if you have something negative in your chart, as an example, if your chart says you're not a very good entrepreneur, which it does as in some cases, you can change that by learning how to be a good entrepreneur and stuff. But at least you're armed with the information that you need to make an informed decision about what happens next. Am I right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
AmyNicoleEllis.com. That's where you go. And I want to thank you so much for being here. I've learned a lot during this show.
Well, thank you again, Kevin. This is, like I said, this has been a hoot. This is, I think, the best one yet.
Oh, good. Good. Well, podcasts are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. But when it really helps when somebody's got energy like you, and it makes it a lot more fun for me to do the show too. So thank you. I've enjoyed thoroughly this show, and you have a great day. And it's Christmas season coming up. Oh boy! Oh goodness gracious!
Yes,
I feel like Eeyore now. So thank you, my dear, and have a great day, everybody. Thank you for being part of Positive Talk with Kevin McDonald, where stories inspire and voices remind us of what truly matters. May today's conversation give you hope, courage, and a reason to keep moving forward. And just remember, till next time, be kind to one another, because each other's all we've got.